just gone 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome back to Opportunity Tuesday, where every Tuesday is a Black Friday because we just have opportunities galore here. We don't wait for a Friday once a year. Well, the Coffee Magazine is launching a Barista scholarship program with its partners, in which 12 candidates will be selected to embark on a career in coffee and study at the University of South Africa, UNISA, in collaboration with 5 community-based cafes. The candidates will have access to successful entrepreneurs as mentors and learn about the business of coffee and hospitality from leaders in the communities. Join us, or be joining us now to tell us more about these opportunities. Iain Evans, owner and publisher of Coffee Magazine. Good evening, Iain, and thank you very much for joining us. Am I pronouncing the name right?
Yes, you are, and good evening to you and to all your listeners. My name is Iain, and you said it perfectly. Thank you.
Great. This has got more syllables, but rather vowels than I'm used to, so I thought this one went to a Model C school. this name, not you.
Thank you.
Let's start with Coffee Magazine. Who is Coffee Magazine? What do you do?
Okay, very good question. Coffee Magazine is it's a magazine that I started with one of my colleagues in the coffee industry, Melanie Winter. Her and her dad owned a small coffee roastery in Durban, and I was a magazine publisher based in Durban. So we got together and we decided to launch a magazine about coffee in South Africa for South Africans, because the coffee culture in this country is really, it's just growing exponentially, and there's so many opportunities around coffee, especially for people, especially young people, to get employment and learn the skills of becoming a barista. A barista is a person who makes coffee in a coffee shop or in a hotel or in a restaurant. So we started this magazine just purely for that cause, to get information out there, let people read about the industry, how it's growing, and what they can do in it.
How often do you publish? Are you in print?
We are in print, and we do 4 issues of print a year, and everything else is online. And you can find the magazine, or your readers can find the magazine in any coffee shop. There are about 230 coffee shops around the whole of South Africa where you can find it. So if it's a specialty coffee shop with a roastery where they actually roast the beans on the premises, those kind of places, or any good coffee shop, you'll find the magazine there.
No fly-by-night stuff, proper coffee shop.
Proper coffee shops where they roast the coffee on the premises, or they serve you those beautiful cappuccinos which have got the pictures of the leaf on the top. Those are the ones you want to find.
Who would have thought, Iain? I think about so many things. I never thought there could be a career in coffee. Talk to us about the Barista Scholarship Program.
So the Barista Scholarship Program is a really exciting initiative. The Coffee Magazine is 5 years old this year, and in that time we've built such amazing relationships with corporates in the space, in the food and beverage space, and one of our big partners is Selati Sugar, and that brand is such an exciting brand because they really want to uplift and empower South Africans. And we came to them with an idea, and we said, we really want people in the townships to start enjoying coffee. How do we do that? So we brainstormed and we partnered with 5 cafes, Coffee Africa in Soweto, Kafa Hoist at Gugshebe in Langa in Western Cape, Crema Cafe in Bloem, McCoffee in Port Elizabeth, and Flavor Club in KwaMashu. And we partnered with those owners. We've got to know the owners of those cafes. They're all black entrepreneurs who are in the coffee space. And we went to Selati and we said, guys, will you give us some funds? Let's train 12 people in these townships to become the next generation of coffee professionals.
Wow. So what's going to happen? How are you going to select people? How long are the programs and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we're in the process now of taking applications, and if any of your listeners go to those partner cafes of ours in Soweto, Langa, Bloem, or PE or KwaMashu, and they go to those places, they can get the application forms physically at those shops and talk to the barista who's on duty and find out if they're interested in coffee as a career, fill in the application forms, and then at the end of November, which is quite soon, 2 weeks' time, we're going to get in all of those applications, and we're going to go through them all and just see who's really passionate about it. And we want to put, starting in January, we're going to put those 12 baristas through a UNISA short course in barista skills, which is an NQF level 4 certificate. And the only barrier to entry there is that the people who want to do it must just have a matric. That's all you need. You just have a matric.
That's all.
That's it. And then you can do the UNISA short course in barista skills. Thereafter, we're going to let them do an international coffee diploma called the Introduction to Coffee, which is run by the Specialty Coffee Association of Europe, and that's available in South Africa. And then we're going to put them through one more course called Barista Skills Level 1. It's a diploma, and then for 3 months, we will pay their salary to work at these cafes. Hopefully, those candidates will then really fall in love with coffee. They will have a thorough formal education in coffee. They will have learned from other black entrepreneurs in the townships, and maybe they can open their own coffee shop in the townships. And hopefully we will grow coffee through, and regular township people will start to want to drink more coffee, and we just grow the industry like that, create more opportunities, create more jobs, give people more skills, and let people become self-sufficient, because the entrepreneur is the way to go.
Ian, I'm getting goosebumps, and I'll tell you why. Because at first, when I read about the information, it spoke about a career. But then we went to the next level that says these guys could end up starting their own coffee shops and create jobs themselves. They could run a business from the skills they will learn from this and the internship they would have gone through. I loved it. That we can create more business people. And it's a very specialized business. Once you do it right, you can't go wrong.
100%. And I think, it's not difficult to become a skilled barista if you just follow these steps, and, it appeal to your listeners if they're young people and they're looking for an opportunity to go and talk to any barista who's in a coffee shop. You can even go into, Wimpy or a Woolworths Cafe and just talk to the guys there who are behind the machines making the coffee, and just say, hey, man, how do I get into this? Because it's not difficult to get the skills, and you can start earning a salary quite quickly. I'd say within like 3 or 4 months, you could be from not knowing anything about coffee to be making, good cappuccinos and Americanos and all these things. And from there, if you got an entrepreneurial mind, you can take that to the community where you live and get up and running quite quickly. So we really are excited about that.
And to apply for this, I don't have to have had any experience in working in a coffee shop.
Nothing whatsoever. All we want is people who are passionate and are motivated and want to learn a skill. That's what we want.
Any age restriction?
No, like we said, they just have to have a matric. So, generally that will be someone who's gone through high school, got a matric certificate, and but no, anybody. We trained a deaf guy who was 40 years old, and we taught him how to make coffee, and he obviously can't even hear. And this guy is just the most amazing barista now, and he's full-time employed, earning money for his family. So there's amazing success stories in coffee.
In fact, I wanted to touch on that a bit. Tell us about the e-deaf and Cairo, this amazing training for deaf people. How do you do that? I mean, don't they have to hear the order?
Oh man, it's the craziest thing. These deaf. We partnered with this company called eDeaf, and Cyro, who's one of our Specialty Coffee Association partners. Cyro trains a lot of baristas, and they introduced us to the people from eDeaf, and we said, hey, can we train these people? And they said, absolutely. And they bring a deaf sign language translator who translates everything in the coffee terminology, all the language, all the drinks orders, everything, and they have their own signs. It's just simply amazing to watch. And the translator will make the signs, and then they will make the coffee. They're really amazing people, and they overcome so much because they want to learn a skill and they want to get employed.
So, if you're listening and would like to get a career in coffee and hopefully start your own business, all you have to do is to register at one of the 5 partner cafes. We will list them again on our Facebook page, but they are Coffee Africa in Soweto, Cafe Hoyes in London, in the Western Cape, Crema Cafe in Bloemfontein, New Coffee in Port Elizabeth, and Flavor Club in KwaMashu, KZN. But if you forgot that, don't worry. Go to Metro FM Talk with Rams and move. The opportunity, the application is at least closed end of November, so you got to move very fast. You could be one of the 12 candidates selected to embark on a career in coffee and study with UNISA, because Coffee Magazine made it possible. Ian, I love this opportunity, and I truly, truly appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much, and we really appreciate you giving us the time on your show, and thank you to all your listeners and to yourselves and the producer.
Have a great evening.
Thank you, and you too.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Iain Evans, owner and publisher of Coffee Magazine. By the way, you must also coffee shops and get yourself